Why don't y'all keep our guest company till the doctor arrives?
Doctor who?
Come on, Saffron. I ain't never had a friend before.
Why do you say that? You don't consider these people to be your friend?
I only just met them today.
You only just met with them and you're riding for them and shooting for them?
Yeah, I am. You know, they was right, wasn't they? She is a pretty one.
Yeah, it's a lot of sus. Is this Dr. Creed's group? Is this just Dust getting his chance to kill? This is what's happened. That's what's happened. I told you all my name, and I'm not gonna get some other names from you. What's yours?
My name?
My
name's Evans.
Over here.
Yeah.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Oh, Saffron, come on, let's go. Come on, Saffron. Saffron.
Searched and patted down at this point.
Yeah,
I
after she tried
have-
getting away.
You need to get into the middle of the circle, Miss Mitchell.
Get in
Why?
the circle.
Because I told you to, that's why.
Well, I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer to speak with you.
Well, you will speak with me, but you'll stand where I tell you to.
I suggest you do some cooperating now.
And if I don't?
Well, currently my intention is to talk to you. But if you don't cooperate, you'll leave that circle an awful lot less whole than you are now. Your choice. Stay as you are or leave here, missing pieces. What can you tell me about Deputy McCarthy?
That she's a deputy.
And that's all you know about her?
Truth be told, I don't usually work with her.
She's been a deputy for some time.
Hey.
No rope, not yet. Ah.
Don't want you scuttling away again now, do we?
Have you got her handcuffs, Emmett?
I wasn't the one who searched her.
I didn't take them. I can take them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Such
Any medical supplies, ammunition, handcuffs? Take the lot.
Yeah,
Leave her money.
yes.
We don't want her money, so
We
leave it there.
don't want her money. She can keep your money. Keep your money. Okay, keep the money. There you go.
So, Deputy McCarthy, you don't really know her.
Correct.
Light-headed. I thought the Law Department was a big family, all brothers and sisters, but you don't know her.
Like I said, I don't really tend to work with her.
Who do you work with?
People who were up around the same time as I am on same shifts.
This is normally the time I see her up and about. Is this the usual time that you are putting on the badge, starting your day?
No, it's not. I wasn't planning on starting work for another few hours.
Ah,
I came out of
sorry.
my house to check my telegrams.
Oh, you live in Blackwater. Lovely town. Which house is yours?
I don't think that really matters.
Well, it does, because I'm curious. Been thinking of getting myself a house there before, you see.
I'll just rent out a room in one of the nearby cottages.
Ah, some of the cottages are sublime. I like the views. Are you a fan of a morning view or an evening view?
I like Blackwater sunrises.
Yes, they are spectacular. Quite spectacular. Do you know a senior deputy Ripley?
That's another one who I'm not prone to doing a lot of work with.
I'm an awful lot of people you don't seem to work with.
Like, it's convenient, isn't it?
Very beneficial. Now the question is, am I meant to believe you?
Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position to control whether or not you believe me, sir.
Well, you could try lying a bit more convincingly, couldn't you?
I'm not lying. I haven't lied to you yet.
You sure about that?
Quite certain.
Well, why don't you go through the names of the deputies that you do work with?
I don't think that's necessary.
Well, it is, because I'm asking.
Remember what I said earlier about cooperation?
I mean, it's only polite.
Why do you want to know about them? Who are you wanting to know about, other than the names that you've mentioned? Ripley and McCarthy.
Why don't you go through the list that you normally work with and we can...
I don't keep
see
a
if we
list,
can't.
sir.
You don't. Your memory doesn't work. You can't remember who you work with.
You said you was checking your telegrams, right?
Correct.
Anybody happen to see if she had a notebook on her that might have some pertinent information?
Let's have a nose.
Have a little nosy deep in our pockets.
Let's have a see.
Are you familiar with an incident that took place in caves above Ansburg in December of 1900? A shootout took place.
And the caves.
Yes.
No notebook.
With the cannibals.
I believe that's what we referred to at the time, yes.
Oh, you were there.
No, I was not there. I've only heard about it.
Well, tell me what you
I
heard.
wasn't law at the time.
As you said, you worked for the newspaper. Was that a journalist?
At that point, I don't think I was even writing for the paper yet.
All right.
Just somebody minding your own business then.
Sure.
Shame, I was hoping you had a badge on at that period. It might have made the next few questions a bit easier for you. Do you know a Sheriff Hart?
I know of Sheriff Hart.
Wears all red, very pompous, full of himself. That's the one.
Sure.
A little
Sure.
peacock.
A peacock of one colour. Do you know a Sheriff
Little Roman
Malone?
in a peacock skin.
I know of the sheriffs.
What is your opinion of Sheriff Malone?
I think that he's a sheriff and that he does his job.
Are you always this matter of fact?
Sure.
Am I talking to a human right now, or a copy of a tin badge?
You're talking to someone who's been brought here against her will.
And currently I'm speaking to someone who's being a little bit too sassy. I've made it very clear already. You can leave that circle as you are, but you need to play ball, and at the moment you're not.
Only polite. Mama said you can't be rude. Get punished if you're rude. Over and over. Doesn't matter if you say sorry, it doesn't matter. So you better be good, you gotta be nice. Gotta be polite.
You thought about what I said yet?
I'm listening, sir.
So what do you know about Senior Deputy Ripley?
I've already told you very honestly that I rarely work with her. I don't know very much about her. I know she works shifts about opposite me.
And the same for McCarthy, he knows nothing. Just a name, a badge.
What specifically are you wanting to know?
She thinks she lost something in that cave all that time ago. I want to know what it is that she lost.
I'm afraid I've never discussed the cave with any of them.
Pity.
I'm being honest, sir.
Oh, I wasn't questioning that. It was just a pity that you don't know.
It must be.
Sheriff Hart. Do you work with him?
I very rarely see him. Again, he works opposite shifts. I tend
Who
to...
are those you work closest with?
Sheriff Cash, Sheriff Rabbit.
Rabbit. She used to be an outlaw. Is that the one?
Aye.
And Cash. He's the one, the rumor going around about working with Gavin Summers. That's the one, isn't it?
I suppose if that is a rumour.
Well, that's why I said rumor. It's preposterous. It's ridiculous.
You got shot.
But in the parts of society that I dwell in, it is something being banded around as fact. People believe anything, don't they?
People tend to believe the first thing that they hear. Aye.
It's amazing, isn't it? You can present them with all the facts afterwards, but they latch on to that first thing they were told.
Indeed.
Why do you wear that badge?
Because it's something that I worked very hard to achieve.
But why?
So it enables me to be a force of change.
What change have you brought about?
Well, hopefully I've done some good work.
Hopefully. Well, surely you know what you don't know.
I can't know how my actions have changed things from what they would have been.
Well, surely you can.
There are
You've
many criminals
been-
that I work with who are towing the line.
There are criminals you work with. What do you mean?
I mean people who I arrest, people who I speak to on a daily basis.
So if you arrest somebody, you classify that as working with them.
I see them as individuals, as people. I care about what's happening to them.
Do you? You must be an anomaly in your department.
No, I assure you,
Must
I'm not an
hate you.
anomaly. We just get a bad reputation. People don't like being told what to do. They don't like being locked up.
Is that why you think you get a bad reputation? Because people are correctly thrown away, treated a certain way? That's why you think your department has a bad reputation?
I'm not speaking about my department. I'm speaking about my job. When I was in the
Why?
same shoes as the people I'm working with, I didn't like law when they were doing stuff to me.
I think law is very important. You must have law in a society, otherwise it runs rampant. Would you not agree?
Aye.
But who polices the police? Therein lies the question. It's funny. You said something earlier. People believe the first thing they're told. That goes for your department as well, doesn't it?
Aye.
The minute somebody wearing a badge says X, X becomes the truth, whether it is or isn't the truth. And at that point, doesn't matter what somebody you arrest says or tells you, X remains true. Because somebody wearing a badge
We certainly
said it.
try and investigate and look
Do
at every
you?
angle that we can. Aye, we do.
Fascinating. That's the polar opposite of what I found to be true. Now, I'm not going to do the tried and tested and very, very frankly boring thing of telling you that I'm an innocent man. Because there are many crimes that I've done I've rightfully been sent away for. But the first time I was ever sent to Sisaka was for a crime that not only did I not commit, I wasn't even present for, and yet Deputy Ripley decided to tell everyone that I was there when I was not. And I went away to Sisaka, and the truly hilarious thing about all this is a week into my sentence, the person who actually perpetrated the crime was also arrested and sentenced, and they loudly proclaimed that I was never there, and your department's reaction was, oh well, tough. When I came out of Sisaka, I tried speaking to sheriffs about it, and the reaction was, oh well, tough. Nothing we can do now, can't turn back the clock.
In all honesty, what do you expect them to do? You can't turn back time.
Maybe a fucking apology! Have you ever been locked inside a small room for a year of your life? I wager you haven't. Would you like to?
No, and I don't think that they should be doing that. I disagree with any sort of solitary confinement, if that's what you're speaking of. I don't think it ever does anyone any good.
You speak about the reputation of your department. Do you not think a good way of a small gesture of fixing that reputation would be someone to say at least, sorry, we got that wrong?
Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't involved and I'm sorry. But does that change anything?
I don't tarnish all of you by the same brush. I'm giving you information on your own department. Now, the sheriff in question, I believe, is long gone. Sheriff Swan lost his badge after he shot one of your own number, didn't he? By all accounts, the man was quite insane.
Aye.
Hmm.
Like,
Shame.
we take care of our own. If someone is corrupt, we get rid of them.
Was he corrupt, was he? Or was he in pain and needed help?
I don't know. I didn't know him.
Well, he was in pain
I
and
just
needed
know
help.
he did.
He was discarded like yesterday's supper. Do you know Sheriff Harper? Familiar with that story? Did he get the help he needed? Or is he buried somewhere now? Struggling to see at what point your department helped people.
They help
Harper
fill
made his
Sisaka.
choices.
Say that again, sorry.
I said Harper made his choice. There wasn't
You all
anyone who
made
could...
yours.
You're right, he made his choice. He recognized the system was broken, and he took a choice that day. Right or wrong. He went to Sisaka for
Good
it.
man who made a very wrong decision.
What happened to him when he came out of Sisaka? Was he protected?
Unfortunately, there's not too much that the law can do to protect. In cases
There
like that, we try our
Go.
best.
There's not too much the law can do to protect.
We
At
can
last,
pick the
some
criminals
truth.
away, but the justice system lets them back out again. What are we supposed to do? We do our best.
I'm going to do something Now that piece of rope you've been tied up with, if you really, really try hard, you can probably get a few feet around this circle here. I'm going to drop something over here for you. Now it's getting dark, and in this part of the world, wolves and cougars exist. If you can stretch your arm to reach that knife and cut yourself free before they eat you alive, then you've had a better day than some of the people that you claim to protect. Good day.
Bye-bye, pretty lady.
You're not left alone in a box for years.
Is that on a new one?
Oh, sorry, Claire.
I'm gonna get murdered by a cougar out here.
Back with the wolves. Where's Mitchell?
I hope you like the smell of cedar. Hi, how did that happen? Well, I came out of the telegram station and I saw this big group ride by. I binocked them. They all turned around and came back and started being creepy and asking questions, and then they took me with them. They took my nice navy. No, they didn't injure me. I was not off on my own again. I was not off on my own. I was off duty. Wallaby is correct. A psycho did indeed take that navy. I was off duty in town. I just logged in.
You got shot. Welcome to day one.
Ooh, snake! I wasn't even playing right now. They're so nice to not encap me in the woods. They could have hurt me. I wouldn't mind at that. Hey, Speckies, can we get a shout out for the people who are streaming and are there? I know Dust, as that was Creed. Yeah, just wait till I get attacked by wolves, guys. Don't say I'm lucky yet. Just kind of hope that there's some wolves. So I can be dramatic. I mean, I was giving him the opportunity to hurt me. Saffron wasn't saying a lot. But Saff wasn't gonna be a pushover either. Man, my stream deck is being... They're not gonna ask whether or not I'm alright. They're just go, ha, Saffron got kidnapped. It was totally her fault. She sucks. Kindly deputy camera has gone dark. I was probably, honestly, one of the least helpful deputies they could get because, very honestly, Saffron doesn't work with Ripley or McCarthy on a regular basis. And she didn't tell him who she works with regularly, other than the sheriffs, but sheriffs kind of have their own assumed risk, right? Yeah, well, that's exactly. That's why she's like, I'm gonna work with these sheriffs. Oh, McCarthy is on duty.